Morning, everybody. Happy Monday. May the 4th be with you. May 4th. All right, day 25. You can do it. As we get started today, make sure you check in with all your classes. Check focus for your comments. Some of you still haven't taken the quiz over circles. Get on there, please. It's 20 points. You get 2 chances to take it. Please email me with questions or send me a message on focus for any questions you have. So today we're going to start in. You need something to write with, paper, notebook, calculator, your live chats this Wednesday. All right, today we're switching gears. We're talking about what's volume. Volume, what I can fit in this coffee cup. How much orange juice is in my little guy's blue cup right here. So what fits inside? Okay, volume is what we're talking about, the space inside. So go ahead and give yourself a number. How do you find volume? So today we're going to talk about volume. Again, how much, when this is over, we go to the movie theaters, how much popcorn fits in my popcorn cup. My mommy takes me to Starbucks and I get my double tall lente latte, whatever, little foo-foo drink. How much coffee can I fit in there? Right? Again, how much coffee is in Mr. Ripken's cup? So we're talking about the space inside. So today we're going to focus specifically on prisms. All right. And we talk about prisms. Again, it's a 3-dimensional shape. We're actually going to watch a little video inside that talks about prisms. I want you to watch, please, and figure out what's the formula for prisms. So, got this lady right here. Don't worry, we're not watching all 7 minutes.
What is the formula for the volume of a prism? In order to figure out this formula, let's take a look at a rectangular prism and a rectangle. We need to figure out the relationship between this rectangle and this rectangular prism. When we figure out that relationship, that will help us figure out the formula for the volume of a prism. A rectangle is a 2-dimensional figure. That means that we've only been given 2 measurements. Here we have the length of the rectangle and the width of the rectangle. Now, a rectangular prism is a 3-dimensional solid. Here we have 3 measurements. We have the length of the base, the width of the base, and the height of the entire prism. Now, taking a look back at this rectangle, we can find the area of the rectangle.
What is the area of that rectangle?
In order to find the area of a rectangle, we need to simply take the length times the width. So, if we take the length times the width, that will give us the area of this rectangle. Now let's take a look at the rectangular prism. Since we have a prism, we will have 2 identical bases. And since this is a rectangular prism, those 2 identical bases are rectangles. One of those bases is on top right here, and the other rectangular base is down here. Now take a close look at the measurements of this base. This base has a length of 7 centimeters and a width of 5 centimeters. That's the same measurements as this rectangle. So that means we could simply take this rectangle and lay it down in order to be the base of this rectangular prism. Great! So we know how to find the area of this base. But how can we account for the height of the prism? We need to account for that height if we're going to find the volume.
The space inside.
Well, let's say that when we take this rectangle and lay it down to form the base, that rectangle actually has a thickness. And since we're measuring in centimeters, let's pick that thickness to be 1 centimeter. So we'll have a rectangle laying flat, except it will have a thickness of 1 centimeter. So it'll actually have a height of 1 centimeter. Now think about
thickness and the height being the same.
What would happen if we were to take an identical rectangle and lay it down on top of the first rectangle?
Yes, that line's a little crooked, but it's okay.
Then we would have 2 thicknesses of 1 centimeter each. We would have a thickness or a height of 2 centimeters.
Because she's laying one on top of the other. So here's the first guy, here's the second guy.
So in order to create a height of 10 centimeters, we would simply need to continually stack these identical rectangles, one on top of the other, until we had 10 centimeters. Since each of those rectangles would be 1 centimeter thick, we would need to stack 10 of them. So let's think about this in terms of volume.
The space inside.
If we want to find the volume, we really need to take the area of the base times the height.
The area of the base is the big B. The big B times the height. The big B stands for the area of the base. So you're going to find the area of the base times the height.
And we know the area of the base.
We do.
The area of the base is length times width.
From this guy over here.
The base is a rectangle. So really, all we're doing is taking the area of a rectangle to find the area of the base. Then, to account for the height of the prism, we're multiplying by h to get the height. So, we now have a formula for the volume of this rectangular prism. Let's find the area of this rectangle and the volume of this rectangular prism. Here again, the area is equal to the length times the width. Well, the length of this rectangle is 7 centimeters, and the width is 5 centimeters. If we take 7 times 5, we get 35. And since we're finding area, we put centimeters squared in our answer. So now we have the area of this rectangle. Let's find the volume of this rectangular prism.
Go ahead and try it out. Big B times H. Big B standing for the area of the base.
Again, we need to take the length times the width. Well, the length of the base is 7 centimeters, and the width of the base is 5 centimeters. Then, to account for that height, we multiply by 10 centimeters. Here, 7 times 5 is 35. Again, that is the area of this rectangle.
Area of the base.
Our base.
Mm-hmm.
Then, to account for the height of the prism, we multiply by 10 and we get 350. Since we have volume, we put our units cubed.
Because it's three-dimensional.
We found the volume of this rectangular prism.
We're good. All right. Let's get out of this. Escape. So, like you said in the video, oops, actually I'll go over it quick. You find the area of the base times the height. Now, the reason why it's cubic inches or centimeters to the third power is because you have 3 dimensions. You have length, width, and height. So when we're talking about today, for the volume, the formula for the volume of prism, volume again is the space inside, the big B times H. Now we all know some big B's. The big B'sy times the he'sy. Big B standing for area of the base times the height. Go ahead and write that down for me, please. All right, that's the volume. That's it. Again, she was talking about units to the third power because that is 3 dimensions, length, width, and height. All right, or you could say it's cubic inches or cubic units, whatever that might be. So again, big BZ times the height is the form we're going to use. So here we go. Let's practice a couple of these and get out of here. So I want the volume, the amount of inside this prism. It's a rectangular prism because the base is a rectangle. Big B times H. Big B standing for the area of the base. Again, you're looking for down here, the area of the base, 6 times 8. 48. Oops, maybe. 48 times 15 is the height. 720 yards to the third power. Cubic yards. That's it. All right, how much will fit inside? Let's do another one. This prism right here, it's rectangular. Big B times H. The area of the base should be 20 times 4 is 80. All right, again, rectangular prisms. Now, triangular prisms. Still same formula, big B times H. All right, now, what is the area of the base? 12 times 9 is 108 times a height of 5. Now, here's the deal. If you have a height of 5, you get 540. But that's if the whole height is 5. But we're still missing this triangular part here. So, how much is gone? Well, if that's a height of 5, that's a height of 5. We're missing it. Think about in terms of a triangle. How much of a triangle is in a rectangle? Let's see here. If I'd use this rectangular piece here, if I try to make a triangle, I have half of it. So if I'm dealing with a triangular prism, after I multiply it, I also have to divide it by 2 because it's half a rectangle. So the answer is 270. Again, big B times H, 12 times 9 is 108 times the height of 5, divided by 2 because it's a triangle. You're dividing by 2 because it's a triangle. Your final answer. So in your notes, when it's a triangular prism, not only is it big volume is big BZ times the height, you also have to divide it by 2 because it's a triangular prism. Practice a couple more of those. Big B times the height, 8 times 11 gives me an answer of 88. Times the height of 9, divide it by 2 to get an answer of 396. Another one. All right. Area of the base times height. 5.5 times 4 is the area of the base. Times 2 for the height. The height has to be straight up and down. The height has to be straight up and down. 5.5 times 4 is 22. Times 2 is 44. Cut it in half because it's a triangular prism is 22. All right. So again, if it's triangular prism divided by 2, big B times H is what we're using today. All right. Ooh. Uh-oh. Big B times H, volume. Notice, I wonder what the big B is. Well, first of all, it's laying on its side, and which is okay. 20 is the height, okay? Now, what's the area of the base? Well, they're telling you the area of the base is 166. 166 times 20, 3320. I don't divide by 2, it's not a triangle. All right, one more of these irregular shaped prisms. This is actually, I back up, I'm sorry. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hexagonal prism. So let's now find the amount inside this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pentagonal prism. Big B times H. 43 is the area of the base. Tells me right here. Times the height, 15, 645 millimeters cubed. Again, 3-dimensional, so it's to the cube units. All right, give me a number for volume. Just prisms. Rectangular, triangular, and just some other shapes. All right, for homework, volume prism worksheet. It's already posted on Focus. It's due on Wednesday at 8 a.m. Again, remember, volume equals big B times H for regular prisms. Volume equals big B times H divided by 2 if it's triangular prisms. Stay safe, stay healthy. Miss you guys. See you again real soon. Sorry.